Ho, 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 High River. Merry Christmas. I just want to, Mayor Snodgrass, who knows where he's at, but he phoned and asked me just to do a quick little update for you from the council meeting, so hopefully he returns because I've already had more than enough of this stuff. So anyways, update for Monday, December 8th council meeting. First one we had, or they had, was a delegation from World Renew. Mr. Al Brander came and just did an update, and I think the big thing that Craig said that came out of this was that people really need to still come forward and make sure that you're getting the help that's needed. World Renew is right now looking at winding down their operation just because they don't have the work that they need to do. So if you know of anybody or if you need help yourself, please phone and get a hold of these guys. So and thank you very much to World Renew and all the other organizations. I've been sitting up at the North Pole checking out who's being naughty and nice, and these guys have been nice, so need to get them something special. I don't have my hat on. That feels better. It's getting cold. Next one, Museum of the Highwood. Spent some time there at the Santa Claus Parade, hung out with them wonderful people. David Moretta, he came and presented to council, and he told me all about it the other night there, about their expansion plans, and it looks incredible. And very encouraged with this. And David just gave everybody at council a bit of an update as to where they were at, and council was able to ask their questions too. I noticed in Craig's notes here that this stuff is all good, and it's nice to dream big, and we like that, but we really need to see a solid business plan that shows that financially everything is going to be okay in the future. We don't want something that's half built and then underfunded. So I keep saying we, because I feel like I am the mayor today, so I'm part of this, right? So the next one, Bylaw 442. This is a land use bylaw out by Coal Trail Plaza there, and they're looking to put more buildings on there. And there's a bylaw amendment to the zoning. So first reading was given to this and schedule a public hearing, and I really encourage people around that area that you have to attend this public hearing on January 12th at council chambers, because this is a very important one that affects exactly what's going on out there. Heritage Inventory Project Phase 2. This was just an amendment to the previous Heritage Inventory that identified 20 properties. Came back to these guys that one of these properties, the house was actually going to be torn down, so they just removed that from the Heritage Inventory Project, so it's down to 19 properties. Another appointment that we did, June Diamond from Bow Valley College was appointed to the Business and Tourism Advisory Committee for a 3-year term, so thank you very much to June for joining up and lending your time and expertise to this. 2014 property tax forgiveness, we forgave batch number 2 in the amount of $41,185.93. Fire suppression memorandum of understanding. This is just a housekeeping item that is a mutual aid agreement between High River and Okotoks. If there's a big fire in Okotoks, some of our guys go over there, vice versa, back in High River, we get assistance from them. So it's an excellent agreement that we've just signed and made sure that that continues. The next item was hazard risk vulnerability assessment. Now, I think it was last year or the year prior to, we did a whole assessment, risk assessment with just our fire services, our fire hall and that department. And what it does is just assesses your strengths and weaknesses and we're able to identify areas that need improvement. So that was done fire hall. We are now doing it town-wide. When we look at hazard risks and our vulnerability in High River, of course you guys can get water from time to time. Sorry, I don't have control over that. That's somebody else. But this assessment is a $12,000 project. $7,000 comes from a provincial government grant and $5,000 from the town of High River. But this is extremely important for every community to go through to identify any risks. Snow removal and ice control. It's my specialty. I like snow. Makes a sleigh ride easier. So not too much gravel this year. It starts to mark up my sleigh. So be careful with what you're doing. But town of High River, they've just approved a very good snow removal. As long as they're not taking anything off the tops of the houses, right? I'll be just fine. So that was taken care of. The interim 2015 capital operating and capital budgets, it's just a carryover from last year because these guys are still going through and getting next year's and next 3 or 4 years budget tightened up in the next few weeks here. Another one was reserve funds transfer. I think Craig, when I was watching up at the North Pole last week, Craig, getting a little update on High River, Craig talked about this with the financials. It's just a housekeeping thing, and it's no big change. It's just the auditors telling High River where to allocate money in their financial statements. So these motions were just to move some money around to different sections. So not a real big deal at all. And they also just approved the 2013 audited financial statement. So that was all done. We had some public comments in regards to mainly snow removal, and they were very good things that were pointed out to us. And one that came to us was areas around the Canada Post boxes. And Canada Post boxes, the snow removal around them is the responsibility of Canada Post, but our guys have, they always kind of assist each other with certain things, so we've got our guys on there to make sure that everything happens and continues to go forward. Okay, the last thing I want to touch base on is obviously I was at your Santa Claus Parade. Thank you very much for honoring me with that. Incredible night, way better weather than last year, thanks for that. Excellent turnout, but the thing that I noticed was how these things are put together, and one individual for sure, his name is Ted Dawson, I think. He's been a nice boy for quite a few years now. Always treated him really well. I think he's treated everybody else really good too. But Ted's a good man. He's a good citizen for you guys, and he does a heck of a job. So thank you very, very much to Ted Dawson. These things do not happen without individuals like Ted and all of those that helped put this thing together afterwards, or throughout the parade, and all the volunteers that we saw around. The other part of that night was the lighting up of George Lane Park. And I wasn't able to attend that because I was getting my sleigh ready and everything, but tell you what, when we rode by the park, it looked unbelievable. So thank you to Fortis, NMAX, Town of High River staff, Tanis Webb and her crew, thank you very, very much. And of course, the Rotary Club in High River is always stepping up. I see that every time I come to this town. They're always everywhere, and as well as all the service groups are helping out. I know Lions Club is big ones that just keep George Lane Park going. So very, very well done. I went by some of the craft fairs and the shops that were open, and the Memorial Center was packed. I could barely get in there, but I get a good view from up above of everything on earth anyway, so I saw what was going on. Excellent, excellent night. That's about it. Parallel parking downtown, I like it. I like it. tough to park a sleigh in it, but hey, looks good. Well done, folks. Thank you very much. See you next year.